Hello there, my name's Vince from My Mate Vince, and in this video today we're looking at a Facebook Portal Mini. So I bought this one faulty on eBay. It's quite an old product now, and this one is in bits. I actually bought this quite a long time ago. Now I've plugged it in, and although it's in bits, I've still managed to just connect up the little connectors on the inside. And I've got a blue screen here. It looks like the backlight is working, and it has got a certain amount of life to it. So if I was to do this privacy switch, you can see a little red light comes on, it makes a noise. And also we have volume here. Hopefully you can hear that. But we have a blank display. So it looks like the backlight's working, but there's nothing actually showing on the display at all. And I shined the torch on it, flashlight, it makes no difference because the backlight's working. So it looks like the brains are working, but for some reason it's not displaying. Okay, so I'm just going to take the front cover off here. It's quite nice because you see the power adapter here doubles as a stand, landscape and also portrait. And it's like that, so you can't actually plug that straight into there. So quite a lot of thought's gone into it. I thought you would have been able to plug it into there, but they've kind of made it idiot-proof by allowing you to, the only way of doing it is via here, so then nobody can say that, how do you stand this thing up, you know what I mean, in case they didn't know what this thing was in the box. So yeah, all very nice. Now I've just watched a review on this thing, and it is, I suppose, kind of like an Amazon or a Google Smart Assistant. The difference is that you would do video calls on it, so maybe like an Echo Show. You give it to your parents or your grandparents, and then you can be doing the dishes and the cooking and all the rest of it while having a video call with them. But I'm a bit late to the party because I believe Facebook has killed off the portal, and I think it can only be used now for web browsing. Also, I don't know if you can do photo, because it does look like a photo frame, doesn't it? I'm not sure if you can do a photo frame on it. So, but anyway, I'm not too bothered about that. I'd like to know why this thing is not displaying. So let's unplug this here, and here you can see we've got loads of speakers on the back here. Don't know what this is for. There's a load of little pads here and a load of little buttons here. I also noticed earlier that we have a USB port, and apparently on the bigger one, because this is an 8-inch, this is a mini, but you can get a 10-inch version. You peel this back and it gives you access to it. Is it in the same place here? What's up there? If you were to peel, no, it's in a different place. But yeah, it's the same, must be the same board. And maybe we will try this later, but there's not many compatible adapters. You can get TV out from here, apparently. So maybe if we get TV out from here, we definitely know that the display's working, but it's just this display's not working. Right, so we have a cable here. Plug that. And we've got something going on up here. How do I take that out? I'm taking it off from there because that's a little microphone. So we'll leave that there like so. Right, so what do we have here? We have a display. Is the problem with the display, or is the problem on here? So we have got contacts there. They look clean. This goes through into the board here. Now zoom in, have a look there. What we could do is maybe get the FLIR cam on it. See if anything's heating up. That all looks good. It doesn't look like there's any water damage. It kind of all looks okay. So this has been peeled back. Oh wow, we've got loads going on. So I presume that's the backlight there. I think we need to plug it back in and get the FLIR cam, see if anything's heating up here, because we might have a short on this part here. Well, that's good. That gives me plenty of access there, doesn't it? And that's not going to rip. Do I need to have this back part on? Yes, because of the power. That goes to here. I don't need to have the speaker connected. Look at that massive heat pipe there. It does look very nicely made. I'm not sure why they failed. Maybe it's just because it's a Facebook thing. Privacy. Because all the Amazon Echoes and stuff, they're still all doing well, aren't they? They're still being made. I don't really follow any of that, so I don't know. Right, let's plug it in. Now, is this going to work still now? It should be working. It might be clever to try to get a USB-C output to see if it displays on a separate monitor. Right, let's get the FLIR cam on and go. That's getting very warm, because normally it would be against these massive copper bits here. Right, it'd be nice to see something heat up here. Let's see. Be nice, but it's not going to happen. Nothing heating up down here. That's all ice cold. Oh, interestingly, hold on now. That's getting warm, but look up here, we've got a right glow going on up here, haven't we? Oh, that's warm to touch around this area. That's very warm. Right, let's take the board out and see, because I can't actually see anything there. Let's see if there is a couple of capacitors. Wouldn't it be nice if there was a shorted capacitor? Right, so we're going to have a look in this little area here, because you can see how warm it is just here. I mean, it's as warm as the main chip, but we have to see what's on the other side. So I'm going to kill power because that's getting very warm. And let's disconnect this. And disconnect this here. There. Let's zoom right in here with the multimeter and see if we have any shorts on those caps. Oh wow. Can you see something? What do you think there? So we've got a resistor, a capacitor and another capacitor. And does anything look a little bit iffy? What do you think of that middle looking capacitor? Looks like it's been blown open, doesn't it? Looks like we've got a hole in there. Right, so I'm on continuity. Let's just try this capacitor next to it. But I think they're on the same rail. Oh no. No short there. How about here? No. Oh, I was expecting that. What's that on it though? Ah, no, you tease. You tease. It's just a bit of black gunk. That's a resistor. Right, let's take the board out. Thought I might have been lucky and scored a shorted capacitor there, but that only happens in other YouTube videos. I think if you're a repair channel, then you'd get lots of shorted capacitors, but when you're buying off eBay, I think the shorted capacitors have normally been looked at and fixed. That was the right tease there, because that's where the heat was coming from, and there was a black capacitor. And now for your favourite part of the video. Don't lie, you know it is. We have the PCB way puzzle. Now, as you can see here, 7 plus 7 doesn't equal 9. Even I got this one. You're only allowed to move one PCB way bit of paper to make the sum correct. So I'm not going to give you very long on this at all, because this one is a super simple one. And plus, when you're under pressure, everything's much harder. You're looking at it now and you're thinking, what is it? What is it? Have some of you got it? I'm going to give you a few more seconds to get it. You can only move one to make the sum correct. Have you spotted it? If you said this one here, you would be correct. Where are you going to put it? You're going to put it here. Ta-da! 7 plus 1 equals 8. And who's the video sponsored by? Yes, you guessed it. PCB Way is your one-stop solution for all things PCB fabrication and assembly. From rapid prototyping to full-scale production, PCB Way delivers top-quality products. So whether you're a seasoned engineer or a hobbyist just starting out, PCB Way's user-friendly interface makes ordering your own custom PCBs very easy. And PCB Way do a variety of different services, including but not limited to assembling your PCBs, CNC machining, 3D printing, sheet metal fabrication, and injection moulding. So when you're ready to take your designs to the next level, look no further than PCBWay and bring your ideas to life. So as always, a massive thank you to PCBWay for sponsoring the My Mate Vince channel. Now let's get back to the video. There we go. Right, so what's on the opposite side of here? Nothing unless it's under that. Annoyingly, there's no components on that side. I think I'm going to get the FLIR cam on it again. Let's try to get power back into this. So I don't need the speaker connected. Don't need that speaker connected there. Don't think I need the buttons connected. So all I have to do is connect up the power into here, and then we might be able to just see what's getting warm. We're in now. Oh, is it a short on the actual display connector? That display connector there seems to be a little bit warm, does it not? Look where my finger is here. Here. Can't tell if it's coming from there or here. Well, it could just be coincidence, but that does look to be getting warm on that side there. Because you can see the shape of the connector just here. So around about that hole. I think it's warmer on the other side than this side here. So let's concentrate there for a little bit. Kill power again. Let's zoom right in and have a look at the connector. I mean, it's good that it's warm and it's on the connector because it's not displaying. So this thing goes right the way through. Where have we gone? Yeah, this is the display ribbon cable, goes through and clips into the top bit. So even without this being plugged in, it looks warm. Well, I suppose I could check these little filters here, but I thought the heat was coming from this area. I can't see anything wrong with this. Let's go to continuity. First of all, let's just do these little filters. So there should be continuity top and bottom, but they shouldn't be shorted. Those two look fine. That's fine. That's all right. And then we've got two resistors. Right, should we see if we have like a short? Let me see if that's ground. Yeah. So they're all ground. So if I was to go here, that looks like a ground. Can you see it goes onto here? That looks like a ground. So does that. That I'm not sure about. I might need to look at that closer because it doesn't look the same as, for example, this one. That doesn't look right. That one there. That doesn't look like a ground. Let's have a real close look at this one. I think I'm going to get the microscope out. I think there's something wrong with the connector, or maybe some of the pins are shorted to ground, like a power one shorted to ground. But if that's the case, that's going to be in the layers, I think, because the connector doesn't look corroded at all. But there was a couple of them that didn't look right. Okay, so much easier to see now. So again, the one up here, I'm just going to put that to a grounds, just here. Let's see now, it was up here, wasn't it? And I think it is that one. Which one was it? This one. Let me see, is that a full? Short. No, it's 5.3 ohms, but at the moment my ground on my meter is 4.8 ohms, and when I touch these together, it's 4.5. It's not a full short, and there was one down here somewhere as well, wasn't there? Here. Does that correspond with up here? Yeah. See, maybe they are ground. And that one. Well, the heat spot on the FLIR cam is coming from this connector, and we've definitely found 2 pins at least that don't look like they're grounds, but yet they're measuring nearly the same as ground. They're like 1 ohm difference, which is very little. Could be completely normal, but I'm not so sure. Now, if it was easy to take off this connector, I would do, but the only way of getting this connector off without damaging it would be to heat from the other side of the board using a load of hot air. And they're not easy connectors to deal with. It's very easy to burn them because they're encased in black plastic. I did one years ago on an iPhone that fell down the toilet, and it curled up like a caterpillar. It was amazing. I thought I was doing good, and then boom, it just curled up like a caterpillar. So I don't want to take this off until I've definitely proved every other thing that I can possibly prove. So I'm curious about this USB-C port, so I just want to try a couple of adapters on it, because if, for example, it's displaying on a TV, then it points towards this connector being faulty more. If it's not displaying on the TV, then it might be something else which is not creating the signals to display on either the TV or the little LCD display itself. So let's cut now to the part of the video where I'm plugging it into a TV with a couple of adapters to see if we get anything displaying on the TV. Right, so I've got the board here with a Apple little USB-C HDMI adapter. Let me just turn on this here now, see if it comes alive. See if anything happens. See, maybe you have to have this set up first on the screen with a profile, you know, with an account before it will come up here. Or maybe this is not compatible with this here. It doesn't appear that anything's happening. See, maybe this itself isn't outputting. Might not be a problem with the connector. I'm just not sure why the heat's gone up to the connector. Makes no sense. Right, well, there's nothing happening there. Let's plug in this adapter here, which is one that works on the Nintendo Switch. And nothing's happening on that one either. Right, okay, well, that's inconclusive. I think we're going to have to take that connector off because those 2 pins to me don't look like they should be grounds. And there's definitely heat coming from there when there's no other components. So unless it's a fault in the board, in which case then it's not going to be repairable anyway. Right, it seems so final taking that off, and also it looks perfect. So it seems also like a waste to take it off. But why is it getting hot in this area here when there's nothing here? There's no components there, and there's no components here. Just take this off, just in case I see a big cap here that's all burnt. So, how close is that to there? Let's zoom in. Well, we'll measure a few of them just to see. I mean, it's this side here, you see. This is the bit that's heating up. Here. And where does that go to? That goes... Oh, hold on a minute. Hold on. Oh, have a look here. We know it's heating up here. And if I get... Let me zoom out a bit. Is it around about here? Okay, let's just get the multimeter. And just see if we have any caps that are shorted. Ooh. Oh, we found one. 1 ohm short, 1 ohm short. But it might be connected to that shorted as well. Oh, lucky I didn't take the connector off. Right, we need to look in this area closely. Probably going to be a chip. There's also a cap buried right up here as well. No short on that, but there's definitely a short here. Excellent. So let's peel off this. Right, I just want to see which ones are shorted. I'm worried it's going to be something to do with this chip here, this Qualcomm chip. So let's see what we got shorting. This one? No? Can't quite get to this one up here. that's not shorting. But now this one is. And that goes to these ones here. I wonder, well, they're not vias, are they? Okay, so it could be that. That's also shorting. So it's this rail, isn't it? This rail coming up from here is shorting. I think it's going to be this chip. But hopefully it might be a capacitor. Now that that's off, let's do the FLIR cam again, and then maybe we can do some IPA on it, and it might pinpoint the actual faulty capacitor. So I'm plugging it in now. Right, please show up something. Yes, look at that, that's nice. Right, where's my plastic implement? Let's see if I can get to the middle of that. Ah, you annoying thing. It's going to be the chip, isn't it? And there is a chance it could be here. There is a chance it could be that cap, but I think it's unlikely. Let's zoom in and put some IPA on it. Let's see if we can see something getting warm. Oh, where's that coming from? Is it the chip? It's definitely that corner. It's whether it's that bottom, I think it might be that cap, you know, that bottom one. Or it could be the chip. I can't really see where it's heating off, where it's going from first. I'm going to say it's the bottom cap. Okay. Let's kill power. So hard to tell because they're all so close to each other. But what we'll do is we'll start with that bottom one. It could well be the corner off the chip, but I might be lucky. Let's get some flux on here. Now this is a BGA chip, so I've got to be really careful, because if I tap the corner off this when trying to take this off, then it's going to be game over, because I'm going to spread the balls on that chip. Grab it from here, then hopefully I won't slip. Right, let's go. Got the temperature 450 degrees Celsius and airflow 150 out of 200. Yes. Okay, I've just put a new battery in my multimeter because it was low. Let's see if the pads are shorted still. Oh my word. Oh my word. Oh my word. I haven't had a shorted capacitor in what feels like forever. That's amazing. And between the FLIR cam and the IPA, we pinpointed the proper one. That's just a little bit of thermal pad. That's so good. Right, let's test the actual capacitor. So there's this tiny little thing in just here, a speck of dust here. Let's see, hopefully we will have a short. Oh, don't you just love it? I've had a normal YouTube fault. Everybody has shorted capacitors, but I don't. But now I do. Ah, you beauty. A complete short. Let's put it to ohms. Right, that's pretty stable. Annoyingly, it's gone flinging, flew off. Okay, it was nearly a full short. Oh, that's annoying. I don't know where it's gone. If I get it working now, I always like to show the capacitor or whatever it is at the end. Oh, it flung off. I'll probably find it in my hair later. Now the question is, what on earth do I put in there? Or do I just leave it out? Let's see if we go to capacitance. Let's go to the one next to it. I think often they put 100 nanofarad and is it a 10 one together? So where are we gone? Up here. Let's measure what this one next to it is. Oh, that's coming up as 30 microfarad. Wow. I wasn't expecting, I thought it'd be in the nanofarads. I've got zero idea what to put next to that. I haven't got a clue. Maybe what I could do is look up the chip and see if there's a data sheet, and it might give me an idea of what capacitor to put on it, because sometimes they give you an example of it in a circuit. Let me look up Qualcomm PW670L. Right, I've typed in all those numbers. It just keeps coming up with Snapdragon. It just keeps coming up with different mobile type things. So I don't know. This might be made just for Facebook, possibly. I'm not too sure. Anyway, I think it's going to work just fine without it. Just purely to put something in there, I'm putting 100 nanofarad. Haven't got a clue if that is right or wrong. It's just been my go-to capacitor because that's what people told me ages ago in the comment section, and not many people argue against it, so that's the reason I'm going to put it in. Right, so I've got my Chinese capacitor kit, SMD. These ones are 0402, and that's what I think this size is. So if you look at my little SMD ruler, you get these for a few pound on eBay, and these mimic the pads that they sit on. So 0402 capacitor would sit nicely in there. Obviously, if my one hadn't pinged off, then I could put it on there to know for sure. But looking in here, I think that this is going to fit. So this one here, can you see it looks to be the same size as the one above it? And these are 100 nanofarad, and you can see that I've actually used them before. So let's knock that one out. There you go. It's just tiny. Look at the size of that. And I know I've said it before, but it's amazing that something so small can stop the whole thing from working. I hope that this is going to be the only problem on here. Right, I'm going to apply a little bit of leaded solder to the pads. A little bit of flux. Now I want to keep this solder well away from this chip. I'm just going to try to just dab a little bit on here. Can't even see if that's too much or not. I think it'll be alright. Right, I think the leaded solder's melted. That jumped nicely, didn't it? It's so small and it's in a very tight place. Let me try to grab it with the tweezers. Hold on. I'm struggling even just to grab it. Right, I think I've got it. No, stay down, stay down. Come on. I'm trying to separate them, but also try to make it look a bit nicer. They are stuck together, good and proper. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, this is all going very wrong. Very wrong. Very wrong indeed. Oh no, look at that. Can't hit the chip. Everything's moving around. Come on, get back in. Oh no, now I've moved on to here. My tweezers are way too big. I'm going to use the probe from my multimeter. Right, hold on. Oh, nicely rescued, Vince. Nicely rescued. Oh, that actually ended up looking good. I need to buy some more tweezers. My tweezers have gone too, they've gone a little bit blunt. Right, so you can see that was rescued very, very nicely. Luckily, when I used my meter probes, I managed to take off a big lump of solder that was sticking this one to this one. And that way then there was enough solder to, there was a perfect amount of solder everywhere, while before there was a little bit too much. Right, let's now zoom out. People will say that the soldering's awful. It's the size of it, you need to remember that. Let's see now, everything's quite warm, but let's see now. Do we have a short on those caps? I can't even see them. Right, let's see. No short. Fantastic. Right, now let's go over here and see if we have a short between here and, was it this one? No, look at that. So we have a short here, but remember it was 1, 2, 3. I think it was this one or this one. No short. And up here? No short. That's brilliant. I'm just going to clean that up there. Just going to make sure that I haven't pushed the solder against each other here. There we go. So the funny short that was there before isn't there now, which is fantastic news. So I'm going to let this cool and then we'll pop it back together. What I can do is I can put this back on here. I've cleaned it with some IPA. And let's put this on here. Oh, I'm going to love it if this comes alive. I mean, we've definitely seen that we got a problem with the screen and we had a weird short on 2 pins on here, and that weird short is not there anymore. So something's different now than it was before. So now I'm going to put it back together, but not fully back together. But I am going to connect up all the cameras and stuff like that, because otherwise one of them could still be putting a short on before I fully put it back together. While I'm doing that, we'll shout out the My Mate Vince Massive. The members this month are Keymon Services, Kip Hakes on YouTube, Max Rokotansky, Chris Seal, Felipe at MrKeebs.com, DJVG, Pigsy, Anthony Dean, Russ Melanson, Ricard Bergland, Shamsa Al Suwadi, Stuart Park, Stephen from the Broken Past on YouTube, Lee Benz, and AJ Computer Services UK. So that's it. We're back together enough to test. What do you think? Yes or no? Is it going to work? Place your bets. Okay, I've got quite a few off the cables back in now. So let's see. Are you going to work? I need to reroute this properly wherever it needs to go. Right, here we go. Let's plug it in. See, are we going to see something different now? Please, come on. Give me something different. Oh no. What? I found a fault. Not doing anything now. Oh, Vince, I wasn't expecting that. Definitely plugged in. I can't even see a backlight now, I don't think. Oh, this has come out. I don't think this was connected. Okay, still might be working yet. Right, let me just leave it completely loose maybe. Oh no, it's gone in nicely now, I think. Right, let's see now. Come on. Yes! Yes, 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 yes! Oh, amazing! Oh, how good is that? Oh, that's so fantastic. All because of a tiny little capacitor. Yeah, now it's going, you know, circles on it. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, look at that. Is this going to work, the touchscreen? Yes, it is. Oh, result. Right, okay. I'm going to try to put it back together properly. I'm not sure if it's designed like this, but it seems to be a bit of bleeding across the screen where it says like select your language, and all these, everywhere where there's a bit of white, there seems to be kind of bleeding going across. Look at that, that's just brilliant. Right, leave it with me for a bit. I'm going to try to get this back together. It's going to take me quite some time because I don't know how it came apart. So I've got everything laid out, trying to work out what's going where. Basically, the screen's got to go on at the very, very end because all these screws have to go through here to get onto here. But I wasn't sure where this goes, and this is just so nice. I've been looking around everywhere for 15 minutes, putting this in here and here, trying to work out where it went. And now look. Look at that. Oh no, hold on. There. How nice is that? How nice is it when you find the home of something? And there's no doubt that that goes in there. So nicely made. Nearly there now, down to the last two screws. It's got enough screws to rival the PlayStation 5. They're absolutely everywhere. But what's nice is, look, they've put rubber washers on every single one of them. Because this has quite a few speakers in it. And I suppose it's to stop them vibrating. You know, to stop the case vibrating. To be fair, it's gone together very nice indeed. Really, really, really nice. Right, it's all back together. It went together really nice, and I've given it a little wipe down all over, and it's come up pretty clean. So I'm going to try to set this up as best I can. Maybe you can't set it up now if they've discontinued it, but if I can, then I'll set it up and hopefully I'll show you something at the end of the video. Of course, it's got a massive update to do. I don't know whether the update's going to go through, but this is nice. Look how quick it turns when you go to portrait there. That's good. It does appear to be doing what it needs to do. So you can have camera off, you can have camera and microphone off, and you can have them both on. So if the update goes through, I think this thing will work. Right, miracles of miracles, it has updated, and I've turned up the brightness, and I don't seem to have that bleed going on anymore, but I'm not 100% sure if the screen is perfect. It looks like an old Android tablet, so although it's quick enough, it seems old, if I'm honest with you, but I'm wondering if you would be able to use it as a picture frame. I think you probably can, because it's got a 12 something by 800 screen, so it's not full HD, but it's a little bit better than HD. So that's often the case with the photo frames. So I think that would work quite nicely as a photo frame. See? Now, what is surprisingly good about this, apologies, I'm still trying to get to learn how to use it. The sound is really good. It's got a big subwoofer here. Sorry, when I say really good, for what it is, and it's got various other speakers as well. Now, if you have a listen to this, 9 Violets. That's not bad. It packs a punch. There we go. I think that's crazy. I wasn't dreaming it would be anything like that. So that's really good. That's 9 Violets. You can check them out on YouTube and Bandcamp. Let me go to my mate Vince. See, it's hard to use here because I'm using the browser for YouTube. There's no apps anymore for this thing because it's been discontinued. But if you have a look there, it's pretty nice, isn't it? I know the bezels are massive, but if that was more for a picture frame, I think it would look quite nice. Ah, look at the roller. So there we have it. I thoroughly enjoyed that fix there, and it was just basic fault finding, working your way through. I wouldn't have been able to do it if it wasn't for the FLIR cam, because it was the FLIR cam that pointed me in the direction of that heat spot. So yeah, I really thought that was really, I loved that one there. That to me is kind of perfect YouTube video, even though it took me a while to find. If you enjoyed it, give it a massive thumbs up. Hopefully I will be back again very soon. What I like about things like this is years and years ago, I always used to like to fix stuff or look at something when it was broken, but when it came to electronics, then I wouldn't have a clue about tiny SMD components. And I remember a neighbour of my brother saying, big TV, he was a Romanian guy, not working, small capacitor. And I remember thinking, I would love to do that. And that's exactly what this one is here. A tiny capacitor that you can barely see stops the whole thing from working. And now look at the screen. It's looking good. I'm so happy with it. See you soon, everyone.